All right, let's end this with a dating lesson of some sort. If you are married and stuff, you can teach this to other people. But I'm gonna play a video. This segment is called "Don't Do This on a Date." Don't do this on a date. And let's see. Uh, ta- 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 Oh yeah, I had another one. Okay, but let me just play this.
And
All right, there you go.
I asked a question that may have been out of bounds for you. How did that make you feel?
Well, you were throwing out questions, black or white, summer or spring, right? And every one I answered, boom, 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 boom. You threw out choked or spanked. I said, hey, that's not a question I'm willing to answer. My answer for you caused you to say, I don't know how this got sexual.
I wasn't coming from a sexual place.
The general population of the world would agree that those three words woven together has a sexual connotation. But I will not continue to sit here and debate with you. So from this moment forward, we can change the subject,
Right.
or tonight's date will be over.
Got you. Things got a little intense, but you gave a piece of it. The whole totality of the conversations, we was rattling off questions. So if you want to give me the respect of asking me if I meant sexual or not, you should have done that, and that's perfectly fine. And I said what I had to say.
Can y'all come get this mic off me? I'm not about to do this with this grown ass man.
And I asked a question that may have been out of bounds for you. How did that?
All right, so I don't know if you guys heard that. I think you guys heard that. They're on a date. They're on a date. It looks like it's a televised TV show, but this is literally something that play out with a lot of people on a date. You know, D-Love, help me, Jerry. What was it that was said? Because whatever it was said that they're saying it was sexual, I missed it. Can you type it out so I can read it? Because I tried to hear it. Even my wife said, you know what? I couldn't hear what they're talking about. What was it that was said? Some three-word phrase or something like that. What was it? Just type it out for me so I can see. I'm going to play it again to see if I can hear it.
That make you feel?
Well, you were throwing out questions, black or white, summer or spring, right? And every one I answered, boom, 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 boom. You threw out choked or spanked.
What is that? Choke this what? Choke. Is that choke? Did I hear choke? Choke this what? Choke this. I can't. I heard choke. I mean, choke already is like, that's already sexual, but did I hear choke? D-Love is trying to help me right now. I'm trying to wait for it. I think we're asking if she chokes. We asking if she chokes. Is that what he asked? Let me see if I can hear it again. Say, we'll go here now if I can hear it.
And I asked a question that may have been out of bounds for you. How did that make you feel?
So he said, I asked a question that may have been out of bounds with you. How did that make you feel? All right. Oh, choke defense. Oh.
Well, you were throwing out questions, black or white, summer or spring, right? And
Black or white, summer or spring questions. All right.
every one I answered, boom, 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 boom.
And then she's doing her hands like this, right? All right. There's a lot of defense going on there already. So maybe it's choke defense.
Boom. You threw out choked or spanked.
No, that's not defense. Choke what? Nobody heard that? No? I'm still looking in the comment. Let me see. Sorry, I meant he, not we. All right. He was he asking if she chokes. Yeah, but choke this fence. Right, that's what I thought I heard. But what does that mean? Choke this fence. Okay, interesting. Meaning he replies with answers that made her uncomfortable. Right. No. But there's actual words that she's considering. Yeah, I heard the choke part, and she's saying that there's sexual connotation to it. You know, we're talking about dates now. People will go on a date and stuff, right? And you know, there's a lot of issues that I see with their conversation, and we're going to talk about that in a second. Choke deflect, choke defense. I think I heard more like choke defense. I just don't know what it means. MOP, like choke the chicken. Wala, wala, wala. Anyway, choke already has sexual connotation, and that's, and you might think that's what the argument is about, but that's not what the argument is about. What I see here is that there is very little attraction here at this point. There might have been attraction before. Attraction is up and down, but there's very little attraction here in the first place. And if you are on a date, first of all, and you notice that there's low levels of attraction, you need some self-awareness. Don't get defensive, okay? Just finish the date as soon as you can and go home peacefully, safely, and don't deliberately use your own hands to leave a bad taste in that person's mouth. Okay, that's first of all, right? And this is coming from both of them. Okay, this is what's coming from both of them. If there's any kind of negative moment, right, don't bring it up again. Don't deliberately by yourself bring it up again by saying, I said this at that time and you felt some time. If it was negative at that time, it's probably going to be negative when you bring it up again. Emotional intelligence. If it's negative at that time, you're bringing it up right now. Never mind your intentions. Your intentions, you wanted to clear it up just to make sure we're on the good side. That intentions was going to end up in the butter, because exactly what happened at that time, if not more, is going to happen. Okay? If she felt some type of way when you said it earlier on, she's going to now take it to the next. She will help you take that madness to the next level. All right. Let me see. This is why I don't do dating. You either come to my house or I'll go to yours, whichever you must collect. Wala, brother. I'll let the ladies in the chat help you with that. Anyway, so that's the first thing. Okay, so he was bringing up some kind of something he said that clearly went left the last time. He brought it up with good intentions to see if you clear it up, and then she got even instantly. She got defensive almost instantly, almost immediately. I'm playing this from online with Tashake's Instagram page. Let me play it again.
And I asked a question that may have been out of bounds for you. How did that make you feel?
Well,
I asked a question that might have been out of bounds for you. How did that make you feel? Exactly how she felt back then. You're going to repeat, you're going to reproduce whatever happened back then. How did that make you feel? It's a camouflage, a lame question. It's camouflage to make it seem like it's open-ended question. It's not. And she's about to show him,
you were throwing out questions, black or white, summer or spring, right?
All right, you see that energy right there? That energy is already on the defense. Like, I'm tired, I'm exhausted, I'm frustrated by being here. It's because I'm mic'd up. This is a damn show. I would already walk out of this situation right now. Okay? And then he puts his head down. He's folding his hands. He's folding his hands also. Many people will tell you that that's somebody that does not feel safe. He doesn't feel safe himself, right? But maybe more like this, but maybe not so like that. You might say it's relaxed like that, but he's definitely tensed up right now. And she's going like this. She's doing all of this right now. That body language to me looks like a fight, like basketballs to me. There's no way you can call that a date at this point in time. At this point, if they were not human beings, really what they should do is stand up immediately. Don't even say another word and walk away. But human beings, we have coconut head. We must see all the way to the end of this, right? But it's okay to sit down there and maybe listen, engage your active listening at this point. Engage your active listening skills at this point. If it's kind of weird to you that a man will say something about choke on the first date, you already declared in your mind you're not coming back on the second date. That's all. But finish the date safely, right? You said something that was wrong the last time. All you have to do is, gentlemen, create a new experience. Don't bring up the whole experience. Create a new experience. It literally will slowly erase that last experience. But only if you are sure of yourself, of course. Because if you're not sure of yourself, you want to be the people pleaser in that moment, and you want to make sure that it's clean. But then she's going to show you what we're about to see.
And everyone I answered, boom, 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 boom. You threw out choked or spanked. I said, hey, that's not a question I'm willing to answer.
She said, hey, that's not a question she's willing to answer. Choke this fence. All right, so there's a bunch of people selling these cards all over the place. You've seen them. I've seen Hardly Initiated selling those cards. Cards you can play on a data. It's cute and all. Be careful with those things. Those things are... those things will basically set you up for failure if you don't know what you're doing already. And most people that are going to buy those kind of things are people that already don't know what they're doing, right? Because really what you should be doing is getting to know a person face to face, having a conversation. Life is not that deep. Soft life. Drink water, take a sip of wine. You like it, you don't like it? Okay, cool, I like it. You don't have to end up marrying that person. You're going to go home. You're trying to create a good experience, right? But someone is going to pull out a pack of cards. I'm back. Let's do this. It's going to be fun. So how you like it to be? How you like to be choked, or you like to? Now, come on, ladies and gentlemen, Indomie generation, save yourself, Jesus Christ! Please don't pull out cards on a date. That's crazy. Maybe that person already comes to your house, or you go to the house already, and it's kind of like just a game. At that point, you won't be playing dating card games. You'll be playing actual real games, like your actual games that you don't have to be on the fence. You don't have to be on the edge in any capacity, right? So this guy had been throwing out right or wrong questions according to her, and then he throws that out, and now you can see the result of that right now. I'm just using this to point out to you some things you don't want to be doing. In this moment, you see there's a smile, there's a smirk on his face right now. He doesn't mean it. He's tight right now, and he's trying to save himself. He's trying to create a brand new impression all over again, but he's using bad experiences. Let's keep going.
My answer for you caused you to say, I don't know how this got sexual.
So he now replied and said, I don't know how this got sexual, right? But look at what he's about to do, right? The lady is already defensive, right? Why would he want to multiply, receive that, and multiply? Why would he want to do that? Because he's now caught up in his feminine energy. That's what he's about to do right now. And you're going to see that play all the way out. Let me see what Braben say. Now, man, we like talk, they go to date. Date is cool. You go there and, date is cool. It just depends on what you mean by date. So the coming to your house is also called a date, right? Men, even if there's high attraction, once you go sexual, it will mess up the attraction immediately and you will look like a pervert. Yeah, like for me personally, I would never be the one to bring up sexual talks, right? I would already be in a sexual act before I talk about sex. Like it's already like that it's not going to be a surprise, right? I would already we're already connected in that way before we even make it a conversation at all. That's me though. Some people might say, no, you should talk about everything before. Well, here we go. This is the result of talking about everything. Ondoma like date for Buka, why not? It's called dates now, as long as you're dating a person, right? I think he's asking for sex already. Yeah, but he was doing it indirectly, and she caught it. He was trying to. It's just something she considers inappropriate. I'll tell you what, she only considers it inappropriate because she's not really attracted to him. And that's what happens the older you get. Sadly, the older you get, this dating scenes get harder. Why? Because you end up going on dates with people that you're not necessarily already sexually attracted to, right? Because people are preaching to you that just go, you never know. Even you are telling yourself that, right? So you might have to go on dates with people that you don't already know if you're feeling yet, right? And that might put you already on the edge, because you might have been on dates too that you don't feel safe and you feel like things went left way too soon. Like, for example, somebody talking about sex when you're not sexually attracted to them, right? That's weird. But she's clearly not feeling him. What you saw is not necessarily principles from her. Let's stop the cap.
Stop the cap.
It's just she's not feeling him. And that's his fault, because he's on a date with a person that's not feeling him and they can't tell. That's also his fault. You know. Ancestor style Bitibao. Date is dating to enjoy life. It is not a marriage proposal. Enjoy it to the fullest. Guys, now your money buy him. Thank you, Brother Patrick. You go on a date just because you will go out anyway with your friends. It just so happen it's a nice young lady, a cool guy that you feel like you might want to get to know. You go there, like, stop being on the edge. Don't bring a pack of card games on dating. Please don't do that. The same way you shouldn't bring questions like, what do you bring to the table to a date? Don't do that. Take your time. You cannot rush that process. You can't rush that process. It's going to backfire, and that's what you're looking at. You know? Enjoy it. Gentlemen, enjoy it. Don't go on a date and spend $200 if on a normal day you wouldn't spend $200. Just don't do it. Oh, well, you should be able to, like, well, I don't have it. And you already know in your mind there's probably not going to be a second date. That's all. And you leave safely, right? It means take a stand, make a decision, or make up your mind now. Is that what choke the fence is? Rena, thank you so much. That's making sense. Choke the fence. Is that what it means? Interesting. I knew somebody would help me. I think that sounds close. Let me know if you confirm that that's what that means. But anyway, let's see.
Wasn't coming from a sexual place.
I wasn't coming from a sexual place. It doesn't matter. She felt it was coming from a sexual place. Okay? And now this man is going to have to he's going to have to explain tired.
You go explain because no evidence.
Yeah, if you already feel the need to explain yourself, you're already on the edge. It's not going to end well. At that point, the next best thing to do is to shut up. Why? Because you need to listen to what is going on. You need to understand what is going on. She might just be crazy cuckoo. She's about to throw a plate for your head. You need to listen to the room now in that moment in time. Like, just calm down. Just watch what he does.
General population of the world would agree that those three words woven together.
So now she's educating somebody. She's now sonning him. She's seeing a little boy and she's trying to educate this little boy with probably what she's seeing, a do-rag with the dreads, a fine boy, but like, why is he looking at me like he's some kind of 8-year-old puppy face right now? She's not attracted. She's camouflaging it as educating on this matter. Bottom line is that this is all wrong. It's just went left, okay? But wait, he's listening. You might think he's listening so to understand, but he's listening to respond. How do I know? Well, I watched the video, but I kind of can tell too.
Has a sexual connotation, but I will not continue to sit here and debate with you. So
I will not sit here. She has her hands on the table. Her voice was raised to debate with you. That's basketballs, right? This is why they end up coming back to the manosphere and now say, these women are unruly. Well, it is what it is. Ladies, if you ever feel unsafe, you don't feel like this is going to go anywhere, just finish your food gracefully and go home, and just make sure there's no other date. You never know who is watching you in this dramatic display right here. There's no need for it. You're not going to turn him to if you think it's a little boy right now, this moment is not going to turn him to a grown man. Some of you might even talk yourself to going back on a date with him, and you collect woto because you're not really attracted to him like that. Watch.
From this moment forward, we can change the subject,
Right.
or tonight's date will be over.
Yeah.
She said, from this moment forward, we can change the subject. I'm going to tell you what I would do if I was both of them, right? I'm never going to be the lady anyway. But change the subject, or tonight's date is over. Okay? I say something here. Women don't lie. Men don't listen. Write that down. Women don't lie. Men don't listen. How do I know? Watch.
Things got a little intense.
Things got a little intense. That's you bringing it up again. What I would do is I would not. If I was him, I would not continue the date. I would like, yeah, the date is over. It was nice meeting you. You know, I'm sorry it didn't go. You know, but thank you so much for coming out. The date will be over. First of all, I probably would never be in this space already. That's just not who I am. I wouldn't be in this space at all. But let's say for some crying out loud mistake, you know, sometimes when we're attracted to a person, we might take a little bit more nonsense. We might, right? So let's say mistakenly, I kind of ended up, my ego is too large for it, but let's say I ended up in this space by mistake, right? You give me ultimatum on a date, I'm probably likely paying for the seat you're sitting on, even if you didn't eat. I was just like, yeah, it was nice meeting you. I'll be nice with everything. I'm like, it was nice meeting you. Thanks for coming out. The date will be over. There's nothing good will come out of you see this calm face she has on? She was done. You have to believe her. You have no other choice but to believe her. She was done. It's not necessarily your fault. She could have just been a disrespectful person. I don't know if you actually said choke the fence or if you actually meant that. It doesn't matter. The bass boat is already on. This is not a romantic date anymore.
But you gave.
This guy's gonna continue shalaye. Jesus Christ.
You guys explain because no evidence.
He's gonna continue.
A piece of it. The whole
After she said, we can either change the topic or this date is over. Did you see how she just rolled her eyes? She's done.
totality of the conversations, we was rattling off questions. So,
oh God. Not the word salad. Jesus.
if you want to give me the respect of asking me,
He's asking for respect. Once somebody loses respect for you, gentlemen, they're not gonna give you the respect back by asking for it. It's not gonna happen.
Halfway.
It's not gonna happen. That respect is long gone. Several events before that point in time. Now, this is not common sense. This is not judging you. If you don't know this, you don't know any better. It's okay. Okay, this is real life. It happens in real life. Even if you don't excuse yourself from that date in that moment in time, just shut up. Tell me more about yourself. I would still like to get to know you a little more. It might actually take your turn. It depends on how much damage has been done. It might actually take a turn. I'm just saying, I probably won't. Maybe another day. It's not gonna be that day. Cause I'm probably upset too. I will be literally putting on all this energy to make sure it doesn't look like I'm upset. Like, why would I want to be on a date like that, right? It doesn't make any sense. Koliwek, you would just explain Taya.
Explain because no evidence.
if I meant sexual or not, you should have done that, and that's perfectly fine. And I said what I had to say.
He was basically speaking to her BBL. He kept talking all the way through, watching the BBL walk away or there. Okay, it's my brother. It's not out there. He just doesn't know any better. Okay, gentlemen, always give the last word to the ladies. Okay. Okay, even if you want to be disrespectful about it, say, I'll give you a last word. But you shouldn't have to say it, okay? You shouldn't have to say it, right? You can't, it's just all wrong for you to have the last word. That's just terrible.
Can y'all come get this mic off me? I'm not about to do this with this grown-ass man.
Oh, so I want to know your thoughts on this. What do you think? But I bet say I will go with a different approach. What approach would you go with? But I bet, please remind me if you think this is a hot topic. We can bring it up on the weekend again when we do the call-in pop-up show. Really, if that's what it means, then it's sexual. Maybe it's how he said it. No, I think a lot of that energy is she wasn't attracted to him at all. And if you're not sure if somebody's attracted to you, if somebody's not attracted to you, they won't be touching you. They're not gesturing. They're not be like, they're not laughing. She was not laughing. Every single single piece of anything that looked like smirk that was on her face was made up. Yeah, it was all made up. It wasn't. She didn't want to be there, you know. So be careful when you go out on those dates. But Ben, what approach would you take now? What approach? What's up, Mr. Sly? Mr. Sly said, a man should let a woman know of his sexual intentions from the get-go. Trying to be smart and hiding it and suddenly making sexual advances at her is why most of you end up with sexual assault cases. There's some truth to that. But it depends on what kind of girl you have with you, right? Most women that I'm around, it's always going to be a no. If you go this route of, it's always going to be a no, and that no is going to turn out being your venom later on. You're going to be angry with a bunch of women because a bunch of them have told you no because you were trying to make your intentions no. There is social intelligence is necessary in all of this. Okay, you need to read a room before you try anything like that, because that could mean different things to anybody, right? If you say just make your intentions no, to some people that mean like, I want to have sex with you, that's why I'm here. That's what that means to some people. To some other people, it's like they understand that they're just making their intention knows that, you know, I like you, I rock with you, I would like you to take you out on more dates and stuff like that. But particularly sexual, you're not that kind of guy if you're on this kind of date in the first place. So you should move accordingly if you're on this kind of date. If you're sitting at a dinner table with a woman and you're making sexual gestures, you better know what you're doing. You better make sure she's already attracted to you. And there are ways to make sure of that without without having mouth diarrhea, right? Because that would be all your fault. Okay, so it's very, very important to dissect that. I hear that a lot, like just make your intentions known. What do you mean? You need to read the room first before to who, to what, right? We got to make sure we know what we're doing when we're doing that. If you start sexually with most women, it's an automatic no. If a woman of certain age, most women of certain age, the older they get, they're not going to tolerate that. Maybe a high school girl will like turn down because I want to smash. Yeah, that's a high school girl. You're not going to do that with this lady right here. She's a woman of a certain age. There are ways to quote unquote make your intentions known without coming off as a lame, right? Because you will get it dished to you instantly, right? Or they might even wait around and disrespect you like this lady just did, and you will probably sit down there and take it the same way he just took it. All right, so the whole picture is bad. I think it's more so because there's a bunch of people going out on dates with people that they're not really attracted to because somebody told them, or they're telling themselves that you kind of have to do that because it's getting late. That's going to happen. You know, sex is energy in a lot of ways, and you really shouldn't have to say too much. If you have to say a lot, I'm talking about when it's playing out, right? If you have to say things out loud, it's probably going to go left, you know, unless you're already in the act and they want you to talk dirty to them and stuff like that, right? If somebody wants you to talk dirty to them, you will know, right? It won't be an issue because it wouldn't be on a date. Anyway, let me stop talking, because again, there's so much nuances that just happened. We actually don't know what happened here. All I know is that I've seen a man who was doing too much of mansplaining. He was explaining himself, and that's a turn off all in itself, right? So maybe that actually aligns with what you're saying, which is maybe he was talking too much. He was using too many corner talk, you know. But that's that for that. Let me know what your thoughts are. I'm open to any other alternative opinions or opinions that align all of it. I want to see all of that in the comment. And I think we should, since I already went past the time so much, let's cover one more story before we leave. I'll be back in 20 seconds.
What is this?
You're touching and kissing, make love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done enough.